was the shield carry, 196 kilo for max distance. We're supposed to have the finger fingers, but because of the rain, they decided to postpone that event because it could be a bit scary. So out first we had Matt Ragg against Brian Shaw. Unfortunately, Brian had to go out first. Yeah, Brian seemed to be struggling very early, but he gets the marks to beat when he sees Matthew Ragg puts it down and Brian finishes just ahead. So in the next heat we had Evan Singleton against Luke Stoltman, and Evan starting with a great pace. It could be scary though sometimes having the high pace because you could get ahead of yourself and then fall down. But it seems to be going pretty well. Evan turns another time. Luke still going but struggling so hard. Evan seems confident though, but he puts it down just ahead of Luke, and Evan goes into first place. Next heat we have Tom Stoltman against Mitchell Hooper. Hooper won this event at the Rogue, a bit different but almost the same. We see Tom is staying in first, but it's not about to be the Mitchell. You can see Mitchell is very struggling. It's not about having the best pace, but to walk the furthest. Tom still going strong. Mitchell Hooper not far behind. So you see the athletes have to cross the line. Mitchell is all down, having the shield just his wrist around it. And it's just Mitchell Hooper walking almost like a crab just to get ahead of Tom Stoltman. Maybe if Tom wouldn't have that pace, he could push even further. So we had Trey Mitchell against Pavlo Kordiaka. Pavlo actually ended up walking the furthest of all the athletes, but at that turn you just saw, they say he didn't cross the line fully, and yeah, I think they penalized him for like 20 meters for that one. You see Pavlo coming there and just going into first place if he didn't not cross the line. Then you have Jaku Schoonwinkel. Jaku was very looking forward to this event, but unfortunately he falls with the shield and finishes just short and in the last place. I'm happy for him though that he didn't get his hands between the ground and the shield. That would be horrendous. So you see Novikov starting with crossing his fingers, getting his hands all around the shield, but the bad thing about that is that he has to carry it so high up, and then he will have all the weight on his lungs, which will make it hard. So you see drop it down in his hands and try to do like Mitchell Hooper did. Mitchell Hooper, which is currently in first place. Novikov just getting in a couple of meters. So you see Mitchell Hooper wins the event with 64.8 meters. Kordiaka all the way down in sixth place, even though he walked the furthest, but was penalized. So the second event was as scheduled, the deadlift in rain. Matthew Ragg here going up against Jaku Schoonwinkel. Matthew up on 2 reps, and Jaku 2 as well. 3 repetitions. I can't really remember to have seen World's Strongest Man lifting in the rain for many years. So I think it's like 354 kilograms repetitions. Brian here up against Luke. 2 reps for Brian. 3 for Brian. And the athletes were told at the meeting that they would have to wait for a very long time to get their uplift signal. So that's why they are waiting for such a long time between the lifts. So no bouncing for sure. Brian just on 6 repetitions. I think if he gets the 7th one, he will go up in first together with Matthew Ragg. And 7 repetitions for Brian. And Luke is done. So here we got another view of Brian against Luke. So yeah, at 354 kilograms, they are allowed to have both deadlift suits and lifting straps, but they had like rules on how long the straps could be. Not allowed with figure eights anymore.
Whoa.
It's a very bouncy bar.
There's 5. Let's go. Keep it going.
Boxes. So yeah, Brian finishing with 7 repetitions in this round.
Gonna need more than that, big guy.
Luke very struggling, but
more.
You know, it's not the best event for Luke. So the last one was tough for Brian. He could not have done an 8th repetition, even though he had a couple of seconds left. So I think in the next heat, Luke going for another one. No, he can't do it. I guess he's trying, but he won't have time. So there you go, Pablo Cordiaca against Evan Singleton. Fortunately for Pablo, which walked the furthest but didn't get the full distance. You see Pablo is almost fainting. Judge coming running over. Evan still keeps going. Very intense lifting from Evan. Pablo is back. Will he get another rep without fainting? Looks very dizzy. So we got another view of those athletes. You can see Pablo get the first, number 2, number 3, and oh yeah, that's does not look good for Pablo. Evan keeps going though. I think Evan finished on 6 repetitions.
Come on, Evan! Dang, I hope Pablo's alright.
Yeah. Pablo would not have enough time for another rep, or I think he gets another rep. Yeah, I think he does.
No, that ain't gonna go.
So there is Pablo for his 4th repetition.
Wow.
So in this heat we have Trey Mitchell going up against Alexei Novikov. You see Alexei using his time. Trey is up at 2 repetitions before Alexei starts. 1 for Novikov, 3 for Trey, 2 for Novikov, 4 for Trey, 3 for Alexei, 4 for Alexei, 5 for Trey, 5 for Alexei, 6 for Trey, 6 for Alexei. So they are both at 6 repetitions. And Alexei goes ahead. Yeah, 7. And 7 for Trey. And am I right? Is Trey not using a deadlift suit? Everyone else seems to be using a suit. That looks a bit strange. All the other athletes I've seen using a deadlift suit, but not Trey. So you see, Trey gets 2 repetitions before Alexei even starts lifting. And they both finishes on 7 even though. It's interesting that Trey decides to not use the suit. He could have been, if he flied over, he could have forgot. No, I have no idea. I would guess he just
Nice,
decided
Trey.
because he was expecting to do
Man,
many
freaking hell
repetitions. He
workout.
would maybe,
Easy.
yeah, be better without one.
Yeah, Trey, come on.
So both these athletes finish on 7
Come
repetitions,
on,
just
Mitchell!
the same amount as I think both Matthew Ragg and Brian Shaw. So we have 4 athletes on 7 repetitions.
Come on, Trey, one more, one more.
So out in the last heat, yeah, it would be the last heat. We will have Mitchell Hooper going up
No, there it
against
is.
Tom Staltman. Yeah, we fast first rep for Mitchell. 2 reps for both. 3 for both. 4 for both. Hooper almost looks like he's stiff legged deadlifting. Stuff number 5. 6.
Oh,
7.
no. No, he doesn't have
Oh, Tom is struggling. 8 for Hooper. Tom is really struggling with that one, yeah. First 5, 6 for Tom looked pretty comfortable, and then he couldn't lock it out. So Mitchell Hooper in first with 8 repetitions, shared second for 4 guys, and then Tom on 6 repetitions. That was interesting with Tom missing out. So the third event was the fingers. First one on 330 pounds, 340, 350, 360, and then 380. Pavlo Kordiaka going up against Luke Stoltman. As you can see, every finger is a little bit longer, so it will be both heavier and they will have to walk it up even further each time. Very, very fast pace for Kordiak, even though he's the lightest competitor here. I think Pablo is about 135 kilos. So Pablo finishing all the fingers, finishing the 5th one. Luke tries, but they are not allowed to have it on the shoulder, so Luke finished. We go again, looking at the back head of Martin Sleeces in the bottom right. See, Luke has a good pace in the start, but then Pablo catches up. So before, back in the days when the athletes were starting to struggle, they would put it down on their shoulder and try to almost push press with the body and walk up on the shoulder. Not often were athletes able to complete a lift doing that way, but it happens sometimes. But this year they're not allowed. If they put it down to the shoulder, they finished. They're not allowed to keep going. So in the second heat, we had Evan Singleton going up against Jaakko, is it? Jaakko Schoenenkel. So Evan in the lead, just ahead of Jaakko, not far behind. Chasing Pavlo Kordiako's time. And he's on the 5th and last finger. Jaakko seems to be struggling. Just gets over the 4th finger. Evan is struggling with the 5th one, but just gets it over. Very happy about that one. In this hit, we see Brian Shaw going up against Tom Stoltman, and everyone was expecting Brian to win this event. You see Brian is very crushing the fingers ahead of Tom here. It's the third. This will be the 4th finger, second to last, and Brian has the best time of all 10 athletes so far. So you see Brian looks very comfortable getting the fourth finger, but then suddenly it just seems to something happening. Yeah, he seems to be fainting or something. Tom finishing the event, winning the event total. Brian gets on the shoulder, and as you know, they're not allowed to do that. Here you get another view of it. Brian against Tom. You see, Brian is looking very comfortable, just as everyone is expecting, but then suddenly something happens on the fifth finger. You see, that's the third. Tom doing a very good job to keep up with Brian here. So you see, fourth. Brian finishes the fourth first, going on to the fifth. And they're just straight ahead. Brian seems to be fumbling. Very strong from Tom. Oh, not too. Brian almost seems to be dizzy and stressing at the same time. Tom comes over to try to motivate him, but no, it's over for Brian, unfortunately.
Come on, Brian! Oh, come on, dude! You got it! Come on! Oh, he doesn't get it. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Not good, not
Brian
happy
Shaw
to see, but yeah. So we have one more heat to go. Two more. No more. Yeah. Brian does not seem happy about this one. Everyone was expecting Brian to win the fingers.
Put your hands together for Brian Shaw.
Yeah, Brian!
So here we have Matt Drag up against Alexei Novikov. This event really favors the longer athletes, and Alexei is probably the shortest of all of them, but looks very good in the fingers. He was strongest man 2 years ago. Novikov finished second in the fingers after Brian Shaw, who won the event. And you see very nice pace from Alexei on the fifth finger here, and Matthew gets his fourth. And Alexei finishes the fifth, and I think he finishes second overall in this event. Here you have Mitchell Hooper going up against Trey. First place from the deadlift, Mitchell Hooper up against Trey, who was shared second. And Trey fumbling on the third finger there. Mitchell Hooper looks very good, ahead of Trey. Fourth finger, 360 pounds. Hooper finishes the fourth ahead of Trey, starting at the fifth finger almost at the same time. You can see Trey catching up Hooper. Hooper struggling to get over the last finger. It's about 20-30 kilo of difference in the body weight, and it seems to be helping Trey here. Here you get another view of it. You see Hooper starting much faster than Trey, and you see Trey trying to catch up here, and he fumbles. Falls over. But getting back into the rhythm. Mitchell finishing the third, Hooper, Trey on the third, Hooper finishing the fourth. Trey not far behind, already caught up. There you see the fifth one. Mitchell starts first, but Trey catching up. There you can see their shoes, interesting footwear. Yeah, so Trey finishing, I think, third. Hooper down in sixth, I think. There we go. Tom Stoltman wins the event. Hooper down in sixth, yeah, and Trey in third, and it was not much time between them, like 1 second, 1.5 second. After day one, Mitchell Hooper in first place with 25 points, Alexei Novikov second with 24.5, and Tom in third with 24 points. Trey Mitchell with 22.5.